Is this thing on? I repeat, is this thing on? Greetings and salutations, family. It's your favorite Auntie Ebby with Ebby Reviews, and this is going to be my review of Chasing Dallas Season 5, Episode number 4. Now, normally this would be the next morning, and I would be refreshed and maybe have a full face of makeup on. But you niggas won't be quiet in all of my group chats talking about what the fuck just happened in this episode. So, it's 11 o'clock at night, and we finna watch it together. Okay, let's get into it, shall we?
Hey, yo, Ebony. They might get mad at you for this one, mama.
Take a seat with Ebony. We gon' talk about everything. Come get these lies. Baby, shake a little eyes. Fill up your glass. TV with glass. Take a seat with Ebony. We gon' talk about everything. Come get these lies. Baby, shake a little eyes. Fill up your glass. TV with glass. Fill up your glass. Maybe shake a little.
Okay, so we start with what's the child name? Kesey, and he's on and his baby 70, and they're on the set of Keep All That, the video. First of all, the song sounds like a bop. Hasn't dropped yet because I definitely need to go ahead and download that because that song I liked it. So the set is real cute and everything else, and it just goes well. He says his baby is a little bit of a taskmaster, and that's what he needs. I feel like Seven Deep and Kesey are like a yin and yang, like what one lacks, the other one has, and they seem like a really good couple together. So they have a conversation, and Seven Deep being the taskmaster that he is, he's like, you did great, but I just need you to work on X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and the third, and all of those things. And it'll be great the next time. And Kesey took it in stride. He was like, his delivery a little tough, but I got it. And so then we go to Astro with his mama and his Meemaw, and they have a little conversation about how Astro is trying to heal his inner trauma, and he feels like he's adult, but he still feels like he's a child. And there's a very good reason for that. He needs to sit on somebody's sofa. Because what I learned is that you become emotional, you stop aging emotionally when a trauma is introduced to in your life. So whatever age, until you can heal that portion and start to grow up emotionally. So he has this great conversation about advocating for domestic violence and all the stuff that he's been through. And then he tried to tell his mama she was pregnant, and she was like me, nah, baby, these two has been tied. I don't know, baby, what you? I'm almost 50. What you mean? Ain't no baby. I just like to eat. Who had been mostly quiet. She said a couple of things. I don't think she was really liked, but Mima said, baby, you keep. And then the conversation, she said, you keep saying you thick. You like to eat, but I would like it to show on the outside, because you're not. And he's like, no, I'm thick. I'm thick. She's like, okay, baby. No, you're not, baby. No, you're not. She ate him right on up. Then we get to the part that almost made me cry. Because why am I crying on this episode? Why? So we have Marquise, the chef, Robert Ray, over at House of Jones, and the three gentlemen sit down and they have a conversation. All three of them are fathers. Robert Ray, baby girl, is 19 now, and JC has an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old boy, and they co-parenting and how they've had to make sacrifices and unappreciated what they're doing to try and make ends meet and make sure their kids are good. I just listen, as a parent, it's very it is a thankless job. Children really don't see all of the sacrifices that they just know mommy and daddy is going to make a way. And so you're not always going to get the recognition that you deserve for the things that you do for your children. And you got to learn to be okay with that. I'm sad. I was there. I don't know why he was at dinner, but he missed baby girl's prom send off because he made the decision because the other she don't want to cause no friction and up. He took the high road and he's like, I will let you have that day. And he did it again for her graduation. Now the graduation niggas at the graduation, baby, you could have been on the other side of the stadium and they didn't even have to know you was there. Yeah, but I'm very sad that he missed those two. Hope and pray that they can continue to mend the relationship, especially with his baby mama, so they can be in a good co-parenting place, because co-parenting doesn't end at 18 when a child goes off to college. That's not how children work. You are connected to these people through this child for the rest of their lives. Every milestone, you are connected to that other parent. When they get married, when they have babies, when their babies have babies, you know, you're going to be connected. And so I am praying and hoping over all three of those gentlemen that they continue to make the strides to do the best that they can in the best interest of their children and their co-parenting situations. And then we went to commercial. So let's see what happens on the other side of this. Okay, my God on today. My God, because he is real in our lives. Situation where Sean has invited everyone to the little fragrance situation to show the foundation of his perfume, how perfumes are made and what he's doing. And he's like, everybody will go home with a little gift and trinket, because when I throw a thing, it's going to be done right. We get in there and they before we even get there, Joan Jett pulls Astro aside and he's like, I'm really feeling to me at the Halloween party talking about step my bars up. And he was like, well, I just feel like you need more metaphors, more onomatopoeia, boppity bop, words that he spit out of his mouth. And he was like, but I was the one who put you on a song that got on the charts, and your songs have done exactly. It's why I'm doing okay with what I got going on. And you know, artists are sensitive about their shit, so, and you actually as an artist know that you're sensitive about your shit. So the way how you came at him about how you felt like it was constructive criticism, but it actually came off as a shady attack. And so you just needed to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. That wasn't my intention. I was trying to offer some constructive criticism on something that I see that can be approved with your artistry. That's it. That's all he had to say. And all of that, how that got into the realm. But they was an argument because Astro could not see the better way to approach and give constructive criticism about this boy's artistry. So they get Robert Ray and Ted Lee go off to a corner, and Robert Ray has to explain what a lie is to Ted Lee, because clearly Ted Lee doesn't understand. You something completely different about the exact same situation in another place is a lie. Sir, you too old, I'm too old. Robert Ray shouldn't have to explain this to you. But he was like, I can understand if you forgot what you said and said something different, and he was just taking it just to be done with the conversation. He absolutely was. My God. Okay, later that was the night do his thing at the little bar bus. They're calling it the Unmagic School Bus. Well, all right then. So Robert showed up, Tedley showed up, Winter was the drag queen, and I guess some assorted friends. Shout out to Quan and Winter for guest starring in this scene. None of the other cast showed up for Astro. Robert had a conversation with Astro about Joan Jett being upset about what was said, and I don't understand. Here's my question: I don't understand what Black has to do with anything. Y'all act like he the first Latina person to been in the game since the game started. Yeah, they have. So they're not new to this, they're true to this. So I don't understand you're not black, so this really isn't your what? That's not how this works. That's not how feels like people don't know the history, but we gonna keep it pushing. So Astro got up there and he did his thing. He performed a song on the bus. We saw Tedley shaking ass, and they said Robert was dead, and he was supervising everybody and making sure nobody got hurt. But it looked like a success. So it didn't look like fun. So good on Astro, even though he in effect attacked Joan Jett or came to Joan Jett with all this fire, but then doesn't understand why this man has smoke for him. Talk about he hit it. What you mad for? You the one that attacked him. Like he was minding his business, not even bothering you, and you came out of left field and kicked him in the back of his knee. Now when he wanna push you down, now it's a problem. Sir, we're not doing that. We're absolutely not doing that. But we're gonna see what happens at this Velvet Taco place. Okay, somebody help me. Jet Jeff and Jet Jeff and Marquise the chef went on a little date situation, or met up to hang out, whatever y'all want to call it. I don't know. This conversation, this tables seemed like a whole lot for a let's get to know each other type of sesh. Like Jet Jeff going into this, how when he first came out he was with Landon James, and then he was with somebody else, and then he was with somebody else, and he's changing men and managers every single time, and he's saying it's because he loves Kesey and he thinks he's a great artist, and he just doesn't want him to fall behind some man, I guess. But I think you should address those concerns with the actual person and not with this no shade to you, baby, stranger nigga that you want to date with. And then he was rapid firing. He was like, oh, I heard you was in Bobby Bankroll's DMs, and I heard you was in JC's DM, and I heard you and Astro was kissing, and y'all was touchy-feely at the thing. And he was like, oh my God. And he was like, yeah, I keep my ear to the street. And apparently Sean is the little birdie who's telling all the business. This was a lot. And then Marquise tried to tell him, it's about his daughter and how he was married at one point. And he was like, well, what's your type? Because you're kissing Astro, you're in Barbara Bankroll's DMs, JC. Listen, you also, Joan Jett, are trying to be one of the number. So let's be so for real. This was a lot. And personally, me, if I was Marquise, this would be the last time me and Joan Jett would be doing this type of situation. We would always be in group settings from now on. Because what in the hell? What in the hell? Alright, let's see what happens next. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna try to break down the mess that Marquise made. So you know how we were just dating date situation with Jet and Marquise Kesey and riled up asking all these questions. Why you asking all these questions? Making statements, assuming. Him and Astro, he had disseminated the same information to Astro. Throwing event where he invited everybody showed up, and then told everybody outside. He says, for those of you who are not involved, I'm sorry you have to hear this, but I need to address. Be worried about the dick that's mind your motherfucking business when it comes to me and my man. And before they could really get into it and let Jeff before Jeff could get a word in edgewise, because they're running off of however the information was disseminated to them by Marquise, and it felt like it was that happened. Here come Astro. And Joan Jett, and every rapper, if you ask, they're gonna say they're the best. If not, why are you doing it? But he made it to seem like, oh, he thinks he's what he was saying at all. So Sean tries to explain himself, because he was like, well, I understand somebody had Seven had an event, but you know, Kesey could have came to the event. He didn't have to be like stuck on his boyfriend. And once again, Seven was like, leave us the fuck out your conversations, mind your goddamn business. Okay, fine. But Astro and Joan Jett are still going back and forth, because Joan Jett is still hurt that Astro said that shit to him at the Halloween off. They having all of this. Okay. Teddy's like, okay, everybody needs to calm down, and we gonna go inside. Everybody's cool. Astro is still outside. He on 10. He don't know how to self-regulate, so it's gonna take him a minute to get it together. So then Marquise says, oh, Barbie, I want to talk to you. And she's like, okay, what about? And he was like, well, you was in my DMs talking about you want to take me on a date to the Potter's house. The Potter wants to put you back together again. That Potter house? Who is me? So he was like, and then when we were in person, you were so cold. And she was like, yeah. Because I'm trying to really see what you want. Talking in the DMs is one thing, but how we interact in person is a complete. Yes, I may not Scorpio thing. I'm not going to be as I'm an introvert. I don't like people on a good day, and my social battery is always on 10% at all time. So because we've had conversation in the DMs, until I actually get to feel you out in person, DM Ebony is And the fact that you coming at her neck like, oh, she was supposed to be all over you or feeling up on you or all up in your grill because she asked you on a date to the Potter's house in the DMs, but when y'all get in person, she is a little standoffish because it takes her a minute to warm up to people. That seems to be a problem for you. And then she was like, okay, well then I was right. I was right. I followed my first mind not to. And she's like, are we done? Are we done or are we finished, beloved? Because you're not going to get no clout off of me doing all of this. Which I don't know why everybody immediately runs to clout being the reason for somebody to do it. I know a lot of people are clout chasers. I know. And this type of environment tends to breed that, but that wouldn't be. But this whole debacle at this X throwing situation clearly laying at the feet of Marquise. This is all your fault because you took everything that Jeff said down, put some now when I talked to Marquise last week, he said, oh, after this episode you might look at me differently. You are correct, beloved. Use a mess box. And I blame all this whole debacle on you. I'm gonna lay this one at your feet, sweetheart, because this is all of your fault. Joan Jett, I need you to have a little bit more discernment when speaking with people and crafting what you say and how you say it, because people are going to take what you say and put their own spin on it and then throw it out there. And because you have been messy in the future with you wanting to know everything and being nosy, that they're going to take it and run with it and do all manners of things. It's not for you. Okay? All right. Well, that's what on Loretta's channel, I think later this evening for the live with Judah this. But until then, I will see y'all later for something else. I love y'all. Peace out.
Fill up your glass, maybe shake a little ice.
Yeah.